Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Creepy. If you're new here, this is where we have our favorite iced coffee or favorite drink of choice, you and I, that's who I mean by we, and I tell you about something creepy. If that is something you are interested in, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button or stay for this content and decide by the end of the video. Okay, so with all the creepy things we've been talking about, all the hauntings, I thought that I would talk to you about ways you can tell if you're haunted or if your house is haunted. So yeah, today's video is going to be 10 signs or 10 ways to know that your house may be haunted. And it doesn't have to be all 10 things. A lot of these things individually could be a haunting. So by the end of this video, let me know if you think you are someone who lives in a haunted house. As we know, if you're an avid Ghost Adventures watcher like me, one big sign, so the number one sign we're going to talk about is temperature drops, sudden temperature drops, or a small area where the temperature is significantly colder. The cold spots, random cold spots, if there's not a vent or something near there, it's just randomly cold, could be an entity. Number 2, technical glitches, electrical glitches, lights flickering, things going off without anybody touching them. People have had lights turn on that weren't plugged in, or people have had dolls or toys go off when they had no batteries in them. Those are sure signs that something is putting energy into that object and messing with it. So flickering lights, toys or electronics turning on and off by themselves, especially TVs, that I think would creep me out the most. No, actually, little story. When I was little, there was this toy. There was this toy at my family member's house in a room at the very end of the house, at the very end of the hallway. This toy had no freaking batteries in it. I was terrified of this area of the house, and that stupid toy would go off with no batteries, nothing. I refused to go back there. It was haunted, and I'm pretty sure it was a demon. So yeah, just a little side story. Watch your electronics. Are your lights flickering? Does your TV cut on and off? Like my TV did like 2 videos ago on its own? You might have a ghost. Weird smells. If you get a random whiff of something rancid and you didn't leave anything out, especially or sulfur. I mean, if you watch Supernatural, you know what I'm talking about. The smell of sulfur, the smell of rotting, rancid smell, you could have a demon in your house. And I'm laughing, but I'm being serious as well. You could 100% have a demon in your house, some kind of portal. Something could have been summoned there. Most likely something was summoned there. Watch out for smells. I mean, make sure your house is clean first. If your house is clean and you haven't left anything out, you could have a demon problem. Number 4, things moving on their own. Now this is right up my alley. The poltergeist thing, ghosts that literally, or entities, I would say entity, that literally move things. Either when you're not looking, like you'll put something somewhere and then you come back and you know nobody else moved it, or there's nobody else to move it, but it's missing, or it shows back up, doors opening by themselves, things moving on the counter. I mean, we've all seen the poltergeist TikToks. Well, probably most people, unless you're normal, unlike me, I watch poltergeist TikToks. I mean, we've seen the drawers opening, the cabinets opening, like some Paranormal Activity, the movie type shit. You know what I'm saying? If your cabinets are opening, your doors are opening, you got something pulling shit out of your fridge, you got doors slamming in the house, you got things going missing and showing back up, yeah. You most likely have a ghost, and it's probably a poltergeist. which is really cool. If you do, can you take a video? Now, of course, for number 5, we have to say sounds. Weird sounds, footsteps, running, knocking, tapping, voices. There are entities that will mimic voice or just be able to speak high enough that you can hear it, whispers. Now, of course, with the sounds, you have to really narrow it down and be like, is this just like what I was told growing up? Was this just the house settling? But it was probably haunted. But if you hear, I mean, I've heard footsteps in videos. You can hear something running at the person in the video, or even just light footsteps or light tapping, especially if it responds to you, you could have a ghost or an entity in your home making all that noise. Number 6, pets. Pets can see things. They can hear way better than us. If your pet is being weird, looking at something, especially cats. Oh my God. Cats. I'm terrified of seeing Salem see something that I can't see. Pay attention to your pets. Are they following something that you can't see and it's not a bug? Because Salem likes to follow bugs. If it's not a bug and your pet is either acting uncomfortable, I've seen dogs whimper at a certain area of the house. I've seen them bark or growl at a certain area of the house. You can tell when they see something and if it's making them uncomfortable. That is a good sign that there's something there that you cannot see. Trust them. Kind of like in the last video, my subscriber that said they could feel someone there. You know how that feeling you feel when somebody's staring at you or someone walks up behind you, even if they do it quietly, like you can feel that they're there. You know what I'm saying? If you get that feeling and you're alone, you're not really alone. You might not be able to see the thing that's near you or staring at you, but you know it's there. You can feel it. That would be a very good sign. Your feelings of feeling like you're being watched or feeling uncomfortable, feeling like somebody's behind you. Yeah. Especially when the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Yeah. You could have something. Number 8, if you're being touched, scratched, you got random bruises, good chance that you're dealing with an entity, like a demonic entity. Something touching you, pulling your hair. I've seen plenty of videos of people getting their hair pulled or them being touched on their back or being scratched or just having random bruises that they know they didn't do anything to get those bruises. That is a good sign that you might want to cleanse your house. Because if you're being touched like that, that's a pretty violent spirit and you might want to get rid of it. Or number 9, seeing things. But now I will say, in my experience, because I have seen my fair share of, it's always been dark entities. I've only seen one actual ghost, and that was when I lived in Savannah. I'll tell a mini story time real quick. When I lived in Savannah, I lived out in like the woods, but where I lived, it was where a lot of soldiers used to be. So out my bedroom window, one day I saw a soldier. I just saw him walking through the yard and he was see-through, but I could see what he was wearing, and then he just disappeared. I told my mom about it and she's like, yeah, I see him all the time. It was just normal. But that was the only actual ghost I've ever seen. If you are seeing, I know people like to write this off a lot, but in my experience, if you're seeing a dark shadow at the corner of your eye, you're not just seeing things. Or if you see a dark shadow speed past. I know years ago when I was a teenager. I was a teenager, maybe? I was a teenager, or I was about 16 or 17. Yeah, okay. So when I was about 16 or 17, I just need to make a new video of my stories. When I was about 16 or 17, I got cut. Something cut me. And I told my mom, and she's like, yeah, there's something in the house. So she starts blessing the house the way we knew to bless the house. I saw that thing run from the bathroom where it cut me to my room, to my closet, and try to hide. It tried to hide in the closet. She ended up cleansing the house and getting it out. But I saw that thing. It was a black shadow. Now, it didn't look like a person. It looked like a black mass. It was just a mass. And you could just see it, and it just that fast. And you could just see the black mass it was running. So yeah, if you see anything like that, you see shadow figures like my subscribers did in my last video, you see dark masses out the corner of your eye, sometimes you can full on see apparitions. It's a good indicator you got a ghost or a demon. And number 10, feelings. Weird feelings, like emotions that you shouldn't be feeling. Sadness, anger. I know people that have been kind of almost possessed by an entity's feelings of anger. Like they could feel their anger. If you watch Ghost Adventures, you've seen Zach get overwhelmed with anger and just lash out. That is a sure sign that you are dealing with an entity, that there is something present and you can feel their energy. So if any of these things apply to you, or all of them, oh God, all of them, if all of them do, you need to go get a priest. No, but determine what you're dealing with, and if you want it gone, make sure you properly cleanse yourself and your home, because a lot of these are not good entities, not ones you would want to live with. So yeah. If you're dealing with any of these, or I have ever dealt with any of these, please let me know in the comments below. I love hearing people's paranormal stories. I may make one on just all of the things that I've experienced just throughout my life this far of paranormal experiences. I might make a refresher on that because I think I've done it before, but I might make a new one. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy my content, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to stay creepy. Bye.